Is it still worth it to pay $550 just for the American Express Platinum card? Now, I know that may sound scary at first, but trust me, when we go over all the value you can get out of this card, spoiler alert, it's way more than $550, then you'll probably want it too. Well, in this video, we'll be doing just that. We'll be going over all the key benefits and value you can get from this card, as well as go over my experience using them. And in the end, we'll go over the exact dollar values I'm able to get from this card. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Kevin, and on this channel, we talk strategies to help you along on your financial journey. Now, if you love credit cards as much as I do, then let me know by hitting that like button and let's go. So the first and probably most lucrative part about this card is the sign-up bonus. When I signed up for this card about 2 years ago, my sign-up bonus was only 75,000 points once you hit the minimum spend. But luckily for you, if you're watching this today and as of the time of this filming, you can get offers as high as 100,000 or even 125,000 points, way more than I got. MR points, or membership reward points, is the name of the currency that American Express uses for their points. And it's one of the two most popular currencies out there, the other one being the Chase Ultimate Reward ones. At minimum, these should be valued at least 1 cent a point, but I like to value them at 2 cents a point, which is on par with the popular credit card and travel blog, The Points Guy. That's because usually when you have a card like this Amex Plat, you're not looking to get regular cash back, but instead you're looking to save up these points and redeem them through Amex travel partners for more luxury travel like business class or first class flights or 5-star hotels. The almost 20 partners that Amex have are pretty unique too. Personally, the one I'm most interested in is looking to transfer 75,000 points over to ANA to get a business class flight to Japan, redeeming my points at over 6 cents a point. Some other airlines that stand out are Air Canada, because I'm in Canada a lot, as well as Cathay and Singapore Airlines, which are the high-end airlines if you want to travel around or to Asia. Now, recently, Amex has been testing a feature called Pay Over Time. Every time you spend over $100 on a purchase, that amount will be put towards the pay over time limit that you have. Then at the end of every month, you can choose how you want to pay, either in full or if you want to do monthly payments. Although the feature itself is nothing spectacular, as if you have a card like this, you'll likely want to pay off your balance in full every single month anyways. The cool part about this is that Amex is incentivizing people to sign up by offering them 20,000 points just for enrolling. And by enrolling, you don't have to use the feature at all. You just have to sign up. So basically, that's a free 20,000 points, which at minimum is worth $200. Or if you value it at 2 cents like I do, that's $400 in value. I mean, with 20,000 points, that's already a quarter of the points I need for the trip I want to take to Japan. Alright, so one of my most used perks about this card would probably be the $200 yearly credit I get towards Uber. You get these in increments of $15 a month or $20 in December as use it or lose it credits. But the greatest thing about this is that yeah, you may not be using Uber, but you could use this credit on Uber Eats as well. Now, I know there are places that pre-mark up the prices on their Uber Eats menu in order to compensate for the cut that Uber Eats takes, but personally, I found that there are quite a lot of restaurants that don't do this. The menu on Uber is the same as the menu if you were to go in stores for. But even if some of them do mark up, there are a ton of Uber offers and promo codes that can save you more than the markup, if you're lucky to be targeted, that is. Remember that with Amex Plat, you also get Eats Pass for free, which will save you from having to pay any delivery fees, as well as give you 5% off every order you make. Now, this is something you usually have to pay $10 a month for, or $120 a year, and it's something that I definitely get full value out of. On to the next benefit I use every single year, which is the $50 credit to Saks Fifth Avenue every 6 months, so $100 a year. If you combine this with cash back sites like Rakuten, which regularly give back 10% on your purchase, then you can stretch this to $110 for free every year. For those of you who aren't as familiar with Saks Fifth Avenue, this is a site that sells mid to high-end items for men and women, both clothing and accessories. But what you may not know is that they also sell a lot of home goods. This is pretty handy as I got myself a pretty high quality Le Creuset baking dish that I've been using pretty often. There are a ton of things that are $50 and under, and the website lets you pretty easily filter on these items. Just know that this is also a use it or lose it credit, meaning if you go through 6 months and don't use the $50, then that $50 is gone. Back in the second half of 2020, a lot of small businesses were unfortunately struggling. And so Amex came out with a campaign called Shop Small, which will give back $5 to their cardholders every time they spend $10 or more at these small businesses. People could use this up to 10 times, basically $50 back as a rebate on your card. To my surprise, a ton of places around me qualified as these small businesses, from small grocery stores to your local coffee shop, so it's pretty easy to use for me. Now, I know some of these offers aren't permanent, but these were some amazing ways that Amex did to try and keep their cardholders, in lieu of the travel that wasn't happening, so people weren't getting value out of the travel-related perks. Another similar benefit that Amex gave out, because people weren't utilizing the travel credits as much, were the wireless and streaming credits that ran from May to December of 2020. I think this credit was pretty straightforward to use, as most people would have a wireless plan to pay for anyways. And with everything being a subscription nowadays, if you have Spotify, Netflix, and maybe one other thing, then you're basically maxing out this credit already. If you were able to benefit from this as well, then you're basically getting $40 a month over 8 months last year, giving you $320. So a few more easy to use credits that Amex offered would be the $100 credit to Dell offered last year, as well as the $100 credit to each of Best Buy and Home Depot. Again, there aren't any minimums here, so there's basically $100 free to use at each of these 3 places. Personally, I was able to use this to grab a desktop mic from Dell, a simple human trash can from Home Depot because my IKEA one broke, and I'm still debating what to get at Best Buy, but I'm leaning towards a air fryer. Remember, these stores are also on Rakuten as well, so keep an eye out. If you haven't checked out Rakuten yet, click the link in my description, as if you sign up through there, then you'll get a bonus, as well as you'll be supporting the channel with a bonus as well. So at this point, another topic I should probably mention are the retention offers. You probably don't want to do this that often, but in the years that you feel you aren't really getting the full value of the card, you could try calling into the retention department. Basically, you call into the department and explain your situation in hopes that they would give you a retention offer to have you keep the card for another year. This could be $500 or 50,000 MR points. If you are able to get this, then this is basically paying another year of annual fee for you just to keep the card, which is something I was able to get after my first year having the card going into 2020. Alright, we've gone through a ton, but there's actually a lot more that we haven't touched on yet because they're hard to put a dollar value on, or they went unused because of the lack of travel in the last year. Because of that lack of travel, I wasn't able to use the $200 credit towards incidental charges from an airline, paying for things like baggage checks, in-flight food, seat selection, and more. I also wasn't able to use a $200 travel credit for booking through Amex because, well, I just haven't been traveling at all. Then there's the value of lounge access that I wasn't able to use, or the 5 times points on flights and hotels booked through Amex Travel. Again, something I wasn't able to use. What I have been able to use though is the return protection. If the retailer won't take something back because it was final sale or it's outside the return window, you can file a claim with Amex and have them reimburse you as well. I was able to do this for some clothes I bought because of final sale, but they didn't really fit properly. So with all that said, how much value did I personally get from this card in the last year? Well, first you have the pay over time sign up giving me 20,000 points. For simplicity, let's just value that at $200 here. Then we have the Uber or Uber Eats credit of $200, as well as the $120 value for having the Uber Eats pass. Then add on the $100 a year you get for Saks Fifth Avenue, the $50 at small businesses, as well as the $320 total for the wireless and the streaming credits, and another $300 for the Dell, Home Depot, and Best Buy credits. That gives us a total of $1,290, and that's not even including the $70 75,000 sign-up bonus I got, as well as the 50,000 points of retention, which is 125,000 points, or a minimum of another $1,250. Then there's all the amazing benefits like return protection, extended warranty, lounge access, the $400 in travel, the hotel statuses, and so much more. Now, of course, some of these valuations you can adjust a bit, but even if you take the conservative 1 cent a point, then I've gotten over $2,000 of value for just a measly $550 annual fee. Now, doesn't that sound worth it to you? If you can get $2,000 back for paying out $550, of course you take it. And if you're interested, remember that this is based off of my 75,000 sign-up bonus. Nowadays, you can get a sign-up bonus as high as 100 or even 125,000 points, which is way more than what I got. I'll have links in the description box down below if you're interested. Anyways, this is a slight overview on why some of these more premium credit cards like the Amex Plat can have so much more value extracted from them compared to regular no annual fee cards. If you want to know more about credit cards as well as annual fee versus no annual fee cards, check out my previous video that I did exactly on that topic up in the top right corner. Or if you want to know how I'm able to save and get a discount on every single thing I buy, check out the other video I have on exactly that. If you made it this far, thank you so much. And do let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts on these type of cards? And as always, stay safe and see you in the next one.